Hello, so my name is Nina Brennan, and I am co-founder of Creative Brand Framework, and it's a new project that my partner and I are putting together where we're going to help you build a creative brand, build a personal brand, and we are going to take it to the moon. So today we're going to go over the foundations of what branding really is, and I want to help you build your personal brand. Without solid foundations of a brand, you will never be able to build a business, let alone scale. So that's what we're going to talk about today, so let's dive right in. So let's birth your business. That's where we start always. So my partner and I make jokes about how we are raising a child together. We're birthing a child, and that is what our business is to us. So first and foremost, when you are creating a business or a personal brand or a brand in general, what is the vision that you have for your brand? So not only is it for your brand, what is the vision you have for yourself? And if your brand vision and your self vision doesn't coexist, one is going to take over another, and that is where it becomes an absolute mess. So the first thing, with your mind, what's your mindset? What is your mindset when it comes to business? What is the lifestyle that you want to live? That's where you have to start. Identify where you want. I'm kidding. Fuck. I can't see it. So the thing that you have to ask yourself is, what do you want to be known for? What do you want your personal brand to be known for? And that's exactly where your aspirations come into play. What are your dreams? What are your visions for yourself? When you have that established, then you're going to have to move down and understand the DNA structure of your brand. So these are really the solid foundations that no matter what happens, where your brand goes, what you transition into as a personal brand, because it's an ongoing process. You're forever going to grow. Your business is going to grow with you, but you have to establish those core values that will stick with you through any transition that you make in business. So establish your core values. What is it that you want to be known for? What is it that your brand stands for? So my partner and I were developing a reputation on radical transparency. We are radically transparent with each other, with anyone that we worked with one-on-one, people that are coming into our live cohort and soon to be our course. Radically honest, radically transparent, and that's one of the philosophies that we carry with us. So when we're talking about personal branding, what are some core values you hold personal to you? What are some core values that you want to bring to the business? This could be anywhere from like honesty, drive, hard work, integrity. Those are beautiful core values that you should hold with you in your brand. Communication, strong communication. Yeah, and once you establish that, then you can go on to your mission. So your mission doesn't have to be set in stone from the get-go. Like, you can come and develop a personal brand without even knowing exactly where you want to go. So yes, have that vision. Your vision will take you where you want to go, but you don't have to have that skill solidified yet. You don't have to have the product solidified yet. But when you start developing your core values, you start developing that vision, you start going to test the market, you have to pick a mission that you're on. And that's going to be your who, your how, and your what. So who are you going to help? What are you going to help them with? And how is it that you're going to help them? So when I break down mission statement 1.0 with my clients, I ask them, can you define your mission? I help who to what, by, with, or through how. So that's basically like, I help people build personal brands with one-on-one coaching. I help people with XYZ through blank. You have to establish your mission, because when you're trying to communicate that to your target audience, which is the next step, obviously, doing your market research, when you're trying to cast your net and see if your mission is going to get a bite, it's important to establish that who, the how, the what, and where you're going to take your clients after. That's the outcome. So next, after you establish your vision, your aspirations, your core values, your philosophy, basically your DNA structure, that's your brand strategy, we're going to start working our way into the brand messaging. So that's going to be where you are with your market research. So market research is basically you casting a net out into the market and you understanding what fish you're going to catch, who's going to bite the bait. But first, with your market research, is there a market for your offer? So if the answer is no, so the first things first, to decipher whether there is a market for your offer, is there competition? Are a lot of people in the market? If there's a lot of competition, I don't want you to be scared, because with competition, that means there's demand. And this comes back to mindset. If you have an abundant mindset, no matter how saturated a niche, you could always carve your space in the market. Do with that advice with whatever you want. Yes, but with market research, it's basically you going out to find your audience and understand who is biting the bait. So if yes, you do have competition, if yes, other people are offering this, if people are looking for this product or service in the market, you have a market, that means it's yes, we're going to go and find your target audience. And the reason that you want to do that, or how you do that, is looking at the analytics from all the content that you're producing. So you're going to try to find out their demographics. That's their age, that's their income, their gender, where they live, things like that, whether they're married or single. Those are your demographics. The reason you want the demographics is because that's who you're going to start positioning yourself to talk to. Moving on, with current state versus desired state. What are your target audience's hopes and dreams? So the people that are coming into your sphere, the people that are consuming your content, where are they right now? And what is the promise that's getting them to attract to your personal brand? Is it the desired outcome? And what is that desired outcome that they're looking for? So this is basically you developing the hopes and dreams. Then another reason that you want to get your target audience is because you want to understand their pain points. So pain points are super essential because that's going to start forming your brand messaging. When you understand what it is that your target audience needs, you're going to be able to communicate your message as to what the benefits of your product or service are. So then we're moving down. And that's when you're going to set up your social media platforms. And you should have an established online presence. It is 2021. If you don't have social media, you're either running from something or, I don't know, whatever. No jokes here. We won't make jokes. But we want to set up an omnipresence on... But what you do want to do is you do want to set up an omnipresence on social media. A lot of people use TikTok nowadays because video marketing is the present, is the future. People are on YouTube, and I understand that. However, not every single customer base is on these platforms. So make sure that you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, you're on LinkedIn, you're on wherever you believe that your audience is going to be. Start casting the net. Put some hooks in the water. And that's when you're going to learn which platforms that your audience is going to resonate most with your message. So when you start doing your market research, that's what you're going to do. First, you're going to try and cast the net. You're going to cast it as wide as you can with being on different social media platforms. And that's when you're going to start crafting your positioning. So when you realize where they are, who's engaging with your... So when you realize where your target audience is, you have kind of an understanding what message is kind of resonating, what message is resonating with what kind of people. Is it the target audience that you want, or is it a different audience that you didn't even think that you were going to have? That's when you start to begin your positioning. So when I say that is, the more you speak, the more content that you produce, how are you the expert in your field, and how are you going to help the people that are taking the bait? And that's how you're going to start transitioning into building more content, building a content. So if content is being consumed, there's going to be more consumption of some content than another. You should be making a wide variety of content that's in your niche. But some of it's going to leverage more audience than another. So that's the direction you want to go. You want to start pushing content that resonates with the audience that's taking the bite, the audience that you want to work with, the audience that needs your services. And when you start casting the net wide, you are going to get traction, or you're going to get, it's called a feedback loop. So whether people are going to consume it and like it, or they're going to consume it and ignore it, these are all positive and negative things. Negatives are never negative. Negatives are just things that you learn from and things that you're going to not do in order to leverage forward with what does work. So when you're looking for these positive and negative feedback loops of your message is resonating with people, your offer is something that you can actually market and craft a better offer based on you're getting results, things like that. That's when you're going to start positioning yourself as the expert. You're going to start putting yourself on social media, and that's when the real branding identity starts. And this is when you're going to shoot up to the last one of crafting your offer. So how can you redirect your positioning and your messaging to fit the audience's wants and needs that you've gathered? And this is when you're going to meet their desires. So that's where your brand messaging is really solidified, is who are you? What are you doing? Who are you helping? What is it exactly that you're going to do? And then specifically, how is it that you're going to do it? So basically, the core values that you had in the beginning, that mission statement that you had in the beginning, you're going to be able to really nail down your offer. And this is when you're going to, for the second time, I help who, to what, by, with, or through how. But because of all the market feedback that you got, all the positive and negative feedback loops that you've been through, you're going to be able to solidify your message in a very strong way to position yourself as the go-to expert for specific people that are looking for your product or service. I hope this helped, and I don't know how to close these, so we can end it there.